Well, good morning. Starting another week of work. Allergies are kicking my butt. But I'm here at Mannheim, Fredericksburg. Today is Tuesday after Memorial Day. And I am the only person walking around here. It's 6:50 in the morning. So I got one car to pick up here. Just going to take care of a local car today. And then I've got some pretty cool stuff to do the rest of the week. I've got to haul a vehicle for a pretty big YouTube channel. I think they've got like 2.5 million subscribers. So pretty big. They didn't reach out to me. The person that is the owner of the car and is a customer of mine. But it's going to this YouTube channel, and I'll show you what I can. I mean, I could probably tell you what it is. This old Corvette sitting here. Not 89 Corvette. It's pretty clean. Definitely not anything my style, but anyways. So I'm hauling a vehicle to Ammo NYC, which is the car they do detailing. And he always has those cars that are like, been sitting for 20 years, first cleaned in 20 years, and I've got one to take to him. Apparently it's pretty good. It's got like moss growing on it and all kinds of stuff. So customer of mine says he's been trying to get this car for many years, and guy finally decided to sell it to him, and he reached out and said to Ammo NYC and was like, hey, I've got a vehicle I think is going to be perfect for you. Would you be interested? And here we are. So that's out in Ohio, and then that goes to Connecticut is where the shop is. But come here into Fredericksburg, they've got so recently, I think in the last month or so, someone stole a car from Mannheim, Pennsylvania. And guy used to work there, got fired, and then decided he was going to steal a Mercedes. And they don't have any big gates or anything. So Mannheim, Baltimore has this big closing gate that they have to open to let you out. Well, Mannheim, Pennsylvania didn't, and I'm here at Mannheim, Fredericksburg. They didn't. Well, now those gates are in. Because this guy decided to steal a car when he got fired, and then lead the police on a chase, and then ended up crashing the car. Not far, he didn't make it far, but so they've had quite a few issues with vehicles being stolen. People cutting the gate and stuff, and cutting the fence and driving cars out and just disappearing with them. So they just got the new gate in here. So they got all kinds of construction going on out there. So, like I said, I'm the only one here walking around right now. And I don't know how every time I come back to this place, it gets worse and worse. It is an absolute dump. Like some of the trash in the parking lot, and some of the trucks and trailers that were here months ago are still sitting out there. Like there's a 2-car enclosed out there. All the tires are flat. Directly beside it, there's a wedge, and all the tires are completely bald on it. It's like these people just abandoned the stuff. So probably either they were pulling somebody else's trailer, like a company trailer, and just quit and left it here, or it's got a payment on it, and they just said to heck with it and just ditched it somewhere. So I'm sure there's probably some finance company looking for it. But anyways, I'm gonna run out here way in the back, get our car, get this up to Pennsylvania, and then I'm done for the day. I just wanted to hurry up and get this done to help Adam out. Helps him out, gives me some local work to do. And then we'll switch over to the enclosed small enclosed. My big enclosed is being rented out for the next 2 weeks to a buddy of mine. He's gonna take it. And there's an old pilot car sitting here. It's still got all the stuff on it. Ram 1500 out of Oklahoma. If it says how many miles are on this thing or not. But how long it's been a pilot car. I think the battery's dead in it, but it's disgusting, that's for sure. Always like checking these things out because, yeah, battery's stone dead in it from all the electronics they got in this thing. It doesn't say on the sticker how many miles it has. It's got 500,000 miles on it. But anyways, so that's the gist of it. So get home, get everything ready in the single car enclosed, because tomorrow I've got to be out in Ohio between 1 and 2 p.m. because there's a videographer coming to capture the process of getting the car picked up and the state it's in when it gets picked up. And then the next day I'll shoot across Connecticut, drop that off. I'm sure they'll do videotaping there too. And then after that I go up to Massachusetts to pick up fiberglass front end for a customer of mine for a race car. And then from there I continue all the way up to Maine, like as far as you can go to the northeast of Maine before you hit Canada to pick up a motorcycle. So that's gonna be the rest of my week. But I know it's early and I look like I was hit with a baseball bat, but last like 2-3 days my allergies have just been Sunday we rode our Razor a good bit, took our Razor to the fireworks and stuff, and since that my eyes and I've been so congested. But let's find out where this vehicle is, and thanks for walking with me. Distract me to how far this walk really is all the way to the back of this lot. All right, I think this is our expedition right here. I wonder what that 21 means on this thing. 9433. Says the battery's supposed to be good in it. It's that little yellow box down there. There's a GPS they put in these, and also monitors battery voltage. So there we are. I'll throw this seatbelt on so it doesn't beep at me on the way out. But the 7.3 is sold. It's gone. Saturday? Might have been Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday. Anyways, one of those mornings this weekend. 7.3 left. I delivered it to a gentleman. He had messaged me on Facebook, said, hey, I'll give you what you're asking for it if you bring it down to me. It was an hour and a half away. So I took it down to him, and then, of course, once I got down there, he wanted to do some haggling. But I was like, man, I drove this. Like, I loaded this thing up. I brought it down to you. Let's just get this deal done, and something we're both happy on. So he looked at the truck. We unloaded it. He looked all around it. I showed him everything I have done recently, what all I know the truck is going to need. Very nice guy. I mean, we stood there and talked for a while, and he was cool with it. Made the deal, and she's gone. So kind of sucks, because I was like, after I sold it, I kind of got to, after something leaves you sit like that, you just kind of get like a bad taste in your mouth. But then once you think about it, like I cleaned the thing completely out, sat in it, went to load it up, and I was like, man, I love this thing. But there's more out there. So I gave a 7.3 a try, loved it. I mean, I can't say any bad things about it, really. I love the truck. The only thing I dislike about a truck like that, the power doesn't bother me, it's fine. It's the braking power. These newer trucks just have so much more braking power, and It's unbelievable, the difference, especially when I'm pulling my big trailer, like my big gooseneck. You got to be careful turning the brakes up too much on those when they're unloaded, because then it's going to want to drag the tires and flat spot your tires. So when you're empty, you know, kind of keep the brakes turned down a little bit, and then you can just feel it pushing the truck. Now, not any of these newer trucks doesn't do it to my single cab, but she's gone. So on to the next. I don't know what's next. Keep everybody in the loop. I have a lot of what ifs, and maybe this, and maybe try something out. Maybe I have full expectations to get another older truck and use it on the road and dog cage in this thing. If this is an old government vehicle or something, because with that 21 on the front. Anyways, I have full expectations of running another older truck over the road. Will it be a 7.3? Probably not. We're probably gonna try something different. Probably gonna try older Cummins or an older Duramax, and they all have issues. Like, they all have something. No truck is perfect. No matter, you know, you can make them perfect or close to as perfect as possible, but everything has their quirks. So looking to buy an old manual 5.9 Cummins is probably gonna be what I want to try next. Like, here's what I'm talking about. There's like some of these cars have been sitting here forever. Like that big text right there with all the crap on it, including the shopping cart. Like, unbelievable. It's been sitting here forever. This is the enclosed I was talking about. All the tires are flat. This Texas Pride has been sitting here forever. Like, the tires are destroyed. There's a couple good tires, but look at that tire. Some of these cars here, there's a truck up here that's been rolled over that, you know, probably didn't come from here. That probably came from Copart that somebody unloaded. But, oh well. It's never a good day when you're walking out of the trailer store with parts. Oh, let's get this thing fixed and get back on the road. Well, we made it to Ohio. So I gotta wait. I got about an hour to waste, which is okay. I'd rather be early than late. So I stopped here in Ohio to get some lunch. It's 12 o'clock now. I gotta wait. I'm about an hour away, but I gotta wait because there's a photographer coming. Videographer for this YouTube channel. That's going to be there about 1:30, and I guess he's gonna do his thing for the YouTube channel of the car and getting the car out and whatnot. It has been raining all day. It has been pouring all day. It's not raining right this second, but it has been absolutely pouring, and I'm a little concerned as to. I looked at Google Maps and saw where I think this car is sitting, and it looks like a slop fest. So could be interesting. And I'm not too excited about, you know, pulling the car out of the mud and stuff and then into the enclosed trailer. Like, kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I put this magnet on for a camera, and it's reverse from what my case is. And I don't have any fingernails, so I can't get underneath of it. And it's crooked. But I put it on, and then I guess I didn't have it pushed all the way down, and then it slid. Come to find out, it's not even the right magnet for my phone case. So I wanted to get a shot looking out the windshield. Anyways, so I'm gonna get everything set up here. I'm gonna get my winch ready. I'm gonna free spool it and pull it all, pretty much all the way out. Have it ready, have my straps ready, and I don't really want to put my race ramps in mud or anything, but I have them if I need them. I don't think I'll really need them. And have my winch remote hooked up and everything kind of ready to go, because I don't know how much time he's going to take, and I want to get on the road because I got to go all the way across Pennsylvania and then go to Connecticut. So got some miles to put in across Pennsylvania today, which is fine. Then from there we hop up to, I think it's New Bedford, Massachusetts. I got a funny situation to tell you guys. This is dealing with customers sometimes. This is funny. Let me find out where I'm going. Yeah, New Bedford, Massachusetts, and then from there we go to Halton, Maine, which Halton, Maine is all the way up almost into Canada. I think I've already explained this, but so I had a truck that I was contacted to pick up. I don't know, last week sometime, early last week, and I told the people that I could do it, like I could pick it up Friday or Saturday, I think, in the morning. And the truck was paid for, and they were just waiting on like power of attorney or whatever. So the customer who bought the vehicle was like, you can haul it anytime, they've already got the money, whatever. The dealership's like, well, we can't let it go because we don't have the title transfer done yet because we don't have this power of attorney. So they're like, it should be here Friday. Well, Friday comes around and I'm like, Friday, no, it should be here Thursday. Thursday comes around, I'm like, hey, is this thing ready to pick up yet? No, we haven't gotten the paperwork. I'm going to go in Friday morning to the post office and see if it came. Text him Friday, and he's like, I didn't come into work today. Like, Saturday rolls around, still haven't gotten it. So I'm like, my window is, I'm out for a whole week then, because I already have a whole week planned. Then, yesterday would have been Tuesday, it was like, I got a text that said, hey, paperwork came, it's good to go, are you coming today? I'm like, these people act like I sit around and wait for them, like. So of course, now that the paperwork and everything's done, like my phone is blowing up for them trying to figure out when I'm coming. And I told them, I'm like, if it didn't happen Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, I'm not gonna be able to get it to the following week. Like maybe I can sneak up there on Saturday morning and get it, but I doubt it. It's probably gonna have to wait till the next Monday. But some people act like you're just sitting around waiting for them and only them, like you don't have other stuff to do. And especially in this profession, like I'm not a tow truck driver. I'm not in a certain area all the time. Like I could be thousands of miles away, and you just have to wait till I get back or find somebody else. Well, it's an absolutely disgusting day here in Rhode Island. You can see the rain coming down. It's kind of sprinkling right now. It's not terrible compared to what it's been, but came into Rhode Island at the Welcome Center on 95. Then I gotta go into Massachusetts and pick up a front clip for a Mustang. Do you guys remember I picked up a drag car Mustang out of, I think, Illinois? The red car. Well, the guy bought a front clip for it. I don't know if it's fiberglass or what. But he's been trying to get me to come up here and get this, and really haven't had anything else in this area and kind of been busy. Well, when this car to Connecticut came up and then the bike in Maine came up, it kind of just made sense to get it now. So I'm just stopping here to use the restroom. I've got about an hour to get to the front clip, and then it's like I think it's like a 6-hour drive all the way to the top of Maine. So I'm gonna get into probably like Portland or so, and I'm gonna find myself a lobster roll, probably eat a good dinner, and then continue up into Maine. A little skeptical about driving real late into the night up there, although I do follow 95, but just animals and stuff crossing the road. I just want to be as careful as possible, especially after just getting this truck back together. But let me close this door real quick because I want to tell you guys the experience I had. I dropped that car off in Connecticut to Ammo NYC, and what an absolutely like mind-blowing experience. Like the nicest people in the world. Larry, the guy who is the founder and the detailer and the guy you see in the videos, just the nicest guy in the world. And then I want to say the guy that did all the videography stuff, that I guess is a full-time employee. I think his name is Jordan. Could be getting that wrong, but there was just so much to look at because when I was there, they had the Valkyrie was still there, the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which is like a $4 million car. And I got to walk around and see that. And then I didn't know, nor did I expect, and it doesn't matter, but like the intro to that the car that I was dropping off, I'm like in the video. Like he comes out, like meets me, although we had already met, but you know, for the video, comes out, meets me, and then we unload the car together, then we push it in the shop together, and it was awesome. So I can't wait for that video to come out. When it does, I'll post it to my to my feed so everybody can see it. But pretty cool experience, you know. That's one of those things that just, you know, makes this job interesting for me. Oh, we made it to New Hampshire, and this TA is not set up very well. Because if everybody's at the pumps, these people are lined up on the street. I circled the block and came back because when I drove by, there was 2 pumps that are open, and this guy was out here out of his truck. I guess he's team drivers in this truck, looking for somewhere to go. And I was sitting back there at that intersection. I didn't want somebody to come around that corner and rear end me, so I flipped the block, and now I'm sitting here turning left. But if I wasn't saving almost 80 cents a gallon here, it's like $2.93. I probably would just turn around and leave, but that's going to be the cheapest for me to get up to where I need to go, and then I'll probably hit this again on my way back through, and then that'll give me more than enough to get home, because $2.93 is going to be the cheapest that I'm going to find on the rest of this trip. And I can put about 100 gallons in, so that'll get me anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 miles, and I'll be about 770 miles from home tomorrow morning. I'm so pissed off, it's not even funny. So, I'm in Massachusetts yesterday, about 6.5, 7 hours, probably realistically about 9 hours time-wise because of traffic, to get around Boston, to get up to Maine. So, got all the information from my customer, and this is none of my customer's fault. But it sucks because, you know, I'm still expecting to be compensated because I call and they say that the sales guy's off, but they'll be more than happy to help me load it up. Great. Don't really need help to load it up, but I just need the bike. Came up here all the way, pretty much as far as you can go on 95 before you hit Canada. So I get up here and I walk in. They just opened about 15 minutes ago. Walk in. Hey, I'm looking for so-and-so. Hey, he's not here. He's off sick. Well, that explains why he wasn't answering his phone, because I'd been calling his extension, and I was like, no, this guy's not answering. Let me just call main number, whatever. And they say that they said they'll be more than happy to help me load it up. So I go, and the guy's like, do you know if he got his temp tag yet? I said, I'm not sure, but I can go out and grab my work phone, and I'll call Mike. Mike's my customer. I can call him and ask him if he's got that. You know, if not, I can grab it while I'm here. Whatever. Not a big deal. So, guy's like, okay, well, let me just go back here, and I'll have somebody help you get it out there and get it loaded up. Because he asked if I brought a trailer. I said, absolutely. I was standing there. I'm looking at this little Razor 200 that matches our Razor. And guy comes back and he's like, I got bad news. Do you know if anybody has talked to Mike? And I'm like, or do you know if Tim's talked to Mike? And I said, what's the bad news? He's like, well, that bike ended up needing a starter. We had to order a starter for it, and it's not going to be ready today. The starter's not expected to come in till today. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm 700. Well, let's see. I'm 800 miles away from home. And now I'm not even going to be able to get the bike that was supposed to be ready like Monday. We're Friday now. And it's like, people don't understand. It's like, I ran all the way up here because I knew I could fit it into this trip to make sense, you know, money-wise for me, money-wise for the customer. I'm as close as I'm gonna be to this thing. I'll help you, you help me type of thing. and then you just get screwed. It's unbelievable. So he's gonna call me back. It's not gonna change anything. And like, you know, my customer, it sucks for him because at the end of the day, like, I'm expecting to be compensated. And now this guy's gonna have to either drive up here himself 2 days a time, or he's gonna have to send me up here, and it's not gonna be the same price because I'm not up this way. Oh my stuff like this, man. Because if I think about it, I'm probably an extra 800 miles from where I was to get up here to get back to where I was, like 400 miles each way. It's for the birds, man. It's for the birds. But I'm gonna go in here and get a coffee. Maybe there's a Tim Hortons here. I'm gonna get coffee. And I'm just gonna start making my way back home, and we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know what the outcome of this situation is. All right, well, here's the update. Went up and got a coffee, and guy calls me back. He said, "Hey, I just talked to him." He says, "I'm not trying to explode on them. You know," he's like, I want the bike," and he's like, "Everything was just going so smooth. They've got all the money for the bike. So they've got my money, so I need some type of answer," because he said, you know, "I've already paid you," which he hasn't, but that's what he told them. So, you know, he's expecting to pay me. So they're gonna, they said a parts truck just showed up, which I did see a FedEx truck when I was pulling in there. So he's like, they might just send the bike the way it is, and then they'll pay to have the starter put in down here. So we'll just push it into the trailer. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to hold tight. I'm just going to sit in this parking lot and wait, because I don't want to sit out front there. And because I really don't want to be there. Is, you know, it's not that it's awkward. It's just, it's frustrating. And it's like, they don't understand. You know, it's the same thing with dealing with a car dealership. They're just like, oh, sorry, you know, and then you leave. But for me, it's, you know, trying to make a living. So they may do that. I'm waiting for him to call me back after he gets off the phone with them, decide what I'm doing. Because if I've got to wait a half hour to an hour, it is what it is, you know. It's not gonna, in the grand scheme of things, it's worth just waiting and while they figure out. If I have an answer, I'm not just gonna sit around with no answer. So I'm gonna sit in this Tractor Supply parking lot. They're actually, oh, you can't see. They're like 2 buildings down. Big recreational dealer. They got side-by-sides and dirt bikes and motorcycles and what am I trying to say? Snowmobiles, a couple of boats. So this is what I've learned. Okay, I was in a car dealership for many years. If you have somebody, sales, service, whatever it may be, that is sick, okay, or calls off sick, that's fine. I get that people get sick, can't come into work. But you need to know every single thing that they are working with while they're not there. Like, I remember when my coworker who I worked directly with, he had his stuff, I had my stuff, but at the end of the day, all of our stuff goes together and we're both paid off of that. So it's in my benefit if he's going to be off to know everything that's going on. Because, say, I'm working the shop, I'm getting things done, blah, 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 and he has a car that's supposed to be done on Friday, and I don't know that. Or I don't know the parts are coming in to finish this car. Customer shows up on Friday, is calling me now. So what I was saying is it is in whoever is at whatever, you know, the dealership, the service center, to know what's going on, because come Friday, so-and-so is expecting to pick up their vehicle. They show up and their car has never been worked on. It's like the guy who's off sick, he don't have to deal with it because he's not there. You're going to have to be the one to explain to the customer. So if you know what's going on, you just, you avoid that confrontation, that awkwardness, and when someone's expecting their vehicle on Friday, they're leaving out of town. They are, they don't live around here. So it's never something as simple as this, like, hey, we'll have it done Monday. But he just called me back, and he said that they're going to just send the bike with me, and they're going to pay to have it put on at our local dealership. So if the part's not here, they're just going to ship it to him, and or ship it directly to the shop that's going to do the work, and then they're just going to pay whatever labor it is. So apparently they're putting something back together, and then they're going to push it out here and help me get it on the trailer. So that's good news. It's just, it doesn't have to be this way. And I mean, I only know because I did it for so long. I had coworkers that were so bad with communication at some points that, it just like, dude, just take a piece of paper and write down every open ticket you have. Tell me what's going on with it. Like, John Smith, don't worry about it. Debbie Johnson needs done by Friday, so I can know exactly what I'm dealing with, even though you're not there. And most of my best coworkers that I had a guy named Blake, rest in peace, he had passed away, and my guy I'm still friends with, Logan, I still take my wife's car to that dealership to have it worked on when we were having some issues. All he is a phone call away. He'll answer his phone. He'll answer a text. It's not like he's off sick and just disappears, or he's on vacation, just disappears. You can always pretty much get a hold of him. But I'm gonna sit here and wait, and let's see how long it's 8:46 now. So we're about a half hour after we got here originally. Let's see how long we sit here. Welcome to the Northeast. Just starts sprinkling. And traffic is absolutely terrible. I kind of changed my plans. I'm going a different way home to avoid traffic, but here we are. I mean, it's expected. Massachusetts, Connecticut on 84 is usually like this for probably just no reason at all. We're gonna cut. Instead of going home first, I'm just going to cut across 84 to get to eventually over to 81 in Pennsylvania, and then come straight down 81 because I'm delivering in Hagerstown, Maryland, instead of going home first, because then to go home, the easiest route is to go 95 down through New York. And talk to my wife, and she's like, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't do that anyways. And I was like, well, I was just trying to get home. She's like, I don't care. I was like, okay. So, Friday night out on the road, but oh well. Didn't really get much done because Monday was Memorial Day this week. Tuesday I had an issue with the trailer, so that set me back another day. So, I should be home tomorrow on Saturday, maybe even before anybody gets up at the house. So I'll get delivered tomorrow morning, probably 7 o'clock or so. And sometimes our son doesn't wake up till like 8:30, 8:45. So heck, I could be home before he even gets up. So he'd be asleep by the time I got home tonight anyway. So ain't much difference other than doesn't affect anybody but me, which is fine. And then that way, if I would have went home first, I would have had to come back out to deliver the bike, which
I probably we would have just switched to her truck, my wife's truck, and then just all went together and spent the time together. But if I can get it done before anybody gets up, that just get back home and we can spend the day at home together. So I don't think I'll be out of town any next week, which is nice. Just kind of some local work as far as right now, what I'll be working on. Got an old Schwann's truck. I don't know where all Schwann's used to deliver. But when I was growing up as a kid, they were like a door-to-door frozen food truck. They'd pull up, you'd have like a brochure, they'd have ice cream, they'd have meat, they'd have vegetables, like all frozen stuff, frozen meals, and then like you kind of just like, whatever, they have a refrigerated truck, like an F550 with like a refrigeration kind of box on it with different compartments, and you'd be like, all right, I want a box of these ice cream sandwiches, I want this, box of ground beef and, 2 pounds of chicken breast, and they would just get it out of the truck, hand it to you, you write them a check or whatever, and they'd be on their way. They just come right to your house. Now, I think they may have gone out of business or got bought out or something, but that was when I was growing up as a kid. I mean, I'll always remember them stopping by the house. But this truck that I'm picking up on Monday is an old Schwann's truck. It's going to a gentleman who is Giorgio's Water Ice outside of Philadelphia. Good use for that truck. He sell water ice out of it. I don't know where he operates, if he goes down to like the shore or what he does, but that's if we make it back to do that run. This traffic is just killing me. I'm going to stop here shortly, check on the bike again. I just checked on it about an hour ago. It hasn't moved. And I'll show you guys the bike then when I do stop and show you what was going on with it.